Would you trust your wife to talk about your marriage publicly? Would you allow people to hear the inner workings, the inner fabric of your marriage? Would you let people in on the inside issues of the marriage? Because if you're embarrassed about that, if you're embarrassed about people knowing the inner workings of the marriage, then what does that tell you? That tells you that you're living inauthentically. That tells you that you portray yourself to be somebody else other than who you actually are, and you're hiding. You're hiding. And you're exhibiting a lot of emotion dysregulation, angry outbursts, self-destructive behaviors. You're the way you speak to your wife, all of it. You wouldn't want people on the outside to know what goes on the inside of your home, which tells you what, bro? You're a prisoner in your own marriage. You're a prisoner in your own marriage. How can people ever help you if you don't ever let people know the truth? And that's what you do. You hide the truth because the truth is embarrassing to you. But here's the thing, man. The truth hurts, but it also heals. Because when you put yourself in a position to acknowledge where you're falling short and the issues that you need to change to be the leader that you need to be in that marriage, that's when things change. When do things change, Tim? When you change. When you decide that you're done blaming her, you're blaming everybody else. When you decide to stop pointing the finger and you decide to look in the mirror and get brutally honest with yourself about what you haven't learned. And that's what? To regulate your emotions, to have self-control, to do, say, think, and feel the way that you believe you need to in order to have the success that you want to in your marriage. Relationships are where your deepest needs are met. You try to use that same power through mentality that you use in business in your marriage, and it backfires. Before your wife will let you lead her, you have to get her first. You have to understand her. And if you don't understand yourself, if you don't have the emotional intelligence necessary, what's emotional intelligence? It's empathy, it's self-awareness, it's relationship management, it's motivation. It's interpersonal skills, communication. You have to have these skills in order to have a successful marriage, bro. And let me ask you, what was modeled for you? What kind of marriage did you grow up witnessing and observing? The hard truth is, if I'm not in the position I want to be in this relationship, then what am I willing to do to change it? And am I ready to stop sitting back and expecting other people to conform to who I've become and accept a lesser version of me than the one they chose to be with? Or am I ready to start really investing in myself and pulling back from the relationship and the dependency that this relationship has over me? How I've become like just addicted to this relationship, addicted to the ups and downs, the stress, the anxiety. So hyper-focused on the issues that I'm looking for issues now with confirmation bias. Like, see, I told you. See, I told you. See, I told you. Bro, all you're seeing is what you're creating because you believe it and you believed it for so long. The toxic dynamic that you're in is a byproduct of the red flags in the beginning and the behaviors that you chose not to change. Now that you're aware of that, anything that you're aware of that you're now not changing, you're choosing. Anything that you're aware of that you're now not changing, you're choosing. So who's responsible?